Hello, everybody. Matt Makins here with Weather 5280. Watching that satellite picture, next storm system is up here. You can see the cloud cover pouring out of Canada, kind of following along the Rockies. Base of the Rockies is kind of like this. So that cold air and that cloud cover is going to be pouring into the Colorado area as we go throughout the afternoon and the evening on Thursday. It's going to be very, very cold. Some colder temperatures than we felt since early to mid March. So about 8 months or so since we've been this cold, and we'll be in the single digits. I want to chat about the storm as it does arrive. Let's do so first off by watching an animation here of the snowfall as it begins to move through. We may see some snow today in the north central mountains, Rabbit Ears Pass, somewhere like that, Rocky Mountain National Park. But as we get later into the day tomorrow, watch as we start to see that snowfall increasing. That's going to be tomorrow morning, a line of snow from Rawlins, Wyoming, out to about McCook, Nebraska. And then as we go later into the morning hours, that line starts to push into the metro areas and the Front Range, northern mountains, out of the eastern plains too. As we go throughout the day, you'll notice that kind of line. It kind of falls apart a little bit in the morning hours, and then it re-energizes as we go later into the day, into Friday morning. So now we're into midnight, Thursday night, Friday morning is what we're looking at now. And that's going to be kind of the peak of the snowfall as the system moves across Denver, Colorado Springs, and southern Colorado. So again, let's just watch the animation. We're watching that snow line with the cold air moving in from Wyoming and Nebraska into Kansas and Colorado as we hit the afternoon hours, well, morning into the afternoon on Thursday. But biggest impact is going to be later Thursday. So that is the system as it begins to move through. Let's take a look at temperatures in the meanwhile. Teens and 20s from early Wednesday morning. Not much of a warm up on the way for Wednesday afternoon. We'll hit 30s and 40s. But as we get into the day Thursday, as that snow arrives, you're going to start to notice. I'll pause here for a moment. You're going to start to notice a faint line right in here. That's going to be the cold front, and that's the cold air as it begins to sink in. So let's watch as we go beyond this point and get that colder air in here. And you're going to see it start to fill in there. And we're going to start to feel some single digit temperatures up into Wyoming. And that's going to be above and below zero, single digits. And then that cold air will try to be working its way into the Front Range and metro locations on Friday. So Friday will start off in the single digits, and highs will be quite chilly as well. Now, the overall impact on the storm, if you look at the severity, you're going to be looking at most of the impact to be Denver and north. And these are going to be minor to moderate impacts. I don't like the descriptor minor. I think that can be misleading, especially when we see how a minor snow, in my opinion, can snarl traffic around Denver. We need to be better drivers. But yeah, minor to moderate impacts can be possible, mostly focusing on northern Colorado, northern metro areas as we get into Friday morning. There are multiple options for snowfall totals. Here is one, Euro ensembles. Not a lot of a bullseye here for Colorado. So look right in there, and I'll just keep that highlighted. And I'll flip through some various models, but that's the Euro ensembles. Let's go to the GFS ensembles. They're very similar. Let's just go into the deterministic models here. That's the Euro. It's updating. Let me go back to the last one and scoot that timeline forward. As we get into late Thursday and Friday morning, similar idea. The bullseye of snowfall is northern sections of Colorado. Kicks and giggles, let's just go over here to NAM. And it's the same. Bullseye of snow, northern Front Range mountains, and then we kind of see some lower totals as you start to work toward the Palmer Divide or so. As you look at kind of all of this combined, the temperatures and the precip on the way, the peak comes in late Thursday into Friday morning. This snowfall is going to coincide with temperatures in the teens to 20s. So the snowfall consistency will be a bit different than the last couple of snows we've had anyway. And if you start to look at the gamblers' data, the percentage chance of certain thresholds of snowfall along the bottom are those thresholds, and we're looking at 4, 6, 8-inch totals. And then the percentage chance across northern Colorado, including Boulder, Fort Collins, Greeley, Longmont, and Loveland, you can see how that shakes out. We're kind of looking at primary totals within a 4 to 6-inch range would still be reasonable totals. That's for northern Colorado. Let me take a look at the metro area. So Centennial, Golden, Buckley, Civic Center, and Northglenn are displayed here. Lower totals as compared to northern Colorado. So here we are again, and we're most likely looking at a couple to a few inches. We've kind of run out of probabilities beyond 4. Let's look at the Palmer Divide. This one surprised me a little bit to see the probabilities in the Gambler data be so low, and I would anticipate that these numbers will increase before the storm hits us, but just gives you an idea here as we finally make our way into Colorado Springs that yes, some areas have relatively decent probabilities of some higher totals. And where are those areas? Mostly north and west of Denver. So a state view map here of some of the snowfall that's on the way. The gauge is down here, so we're looking kind of the bullseye is generally speaking 4 to 6 inches. That's most of what communities are going to feel, and I'll label more communities like Glen Haven and Estes Park, Allens Park, and things. But this is a largely a terrain or elevation based snowfall. There are going to be parts on the ranges that may come way ahead of what you see here. But as far as an impact where folks are living, we're kind of looking at that higher impact to be about a half foot of snowfall, give or take. And then around Wheat Ridge, Genesee, Stanley Park, Glendale, out to Watkins and Byers, all those areas are within 2 to 4 inches. And then we pull down those totals as we go down to the south. What to watch out for during the course of the day today is as this system progresses, again, here's the cloud cover. And if you are curious, see these areas of blue kind of shades, teal shades? This is snow on the ground. So recent snowfall on the ground. That's what that color is. That's why I like this color mode of this particular satellite product, is because it's kind of neat to see that snowfall popping up in there. But we're going to be watching out the course of today, the timing of this system. If it speeds up a little bit, I think the snowfall totals will increase because we're going to have some jet dynamics up above us, and that may enhance snowfall. Uh, what else could change today? The total water, the total quantity of humidity to turn into snowfall may change as well. So we've got things to watch today, but generally speaking, what we just discussed is pretty good area to be in for today. We'll provide you any updates we need to tomorrow. I'm Matt Makins for Weather 5280.